then, multiplying fractions with different denominators. So to start with, we've got 2/3 multiplied by 2/4. So remember that the 3 down the bottom tells us that the whole has been broken into 3 fair parts. So that's what I've done over here. This big square around here is my whole, and I've broken it into 3 parts, and I've coloured 2 of those because that's what the number at the top tells me to do, that it's 2 parts out of 3. 1, 2 out of 3. And then the next bit says I've got to multiply it by 2/4. So what I do is I make my quarters going along this way. So can you see those 4 parts now? I'll just do them in red so you can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's those 4 parts along there. So when it says 2/3 multiplied by 2/4, and the reason I broke it into quarters is because the bottom number down there says 4, which means break the whole into 4 parts. So I went along the other way, along this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm multiplying it by 2/4. So that means I need to shade in 2 of those parts. That's 1/4, 2/4. And the ones that are double overlapped is actually where our answer is. So if you have a look here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that have overlapped. So my answer on the next line is 4. And how many parts do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I wonder if you can see an easier way to work that out. Have a look at the numerators. If we did 2 multiplied by 2, we get 4. 3 times 4, we get 12. Alright, so let's apply that to the next one. Now remember what I said before, that 3/5 means that I've coloured in 3 parts out of 5. So the denominator is 5 down here, and I've broken my whole into 5 fair parts, as close to fair parts as I can get. Then I coloured in 3 of those because that's what the top number says, 1, 2, 3. And the next bit is I've got to multiply it by 2/3. That means along the other way, I've got to break it into thirds. So there we go. That's in thirds. Now, can you see those thirds running along there? I'll highlight them in red. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Okay. Now, this says I've got to colour in 2 of those thirds. I'm going to colour in 2 of those thirds. 1/3, 2/3. And if we have a look at the ones that have been double coloured in, we've got, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of how many parts in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 6 out of 15. Do you know what? There's an easier way to count those. I could say, well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along the top. 5, 1, 2, 3. By 3, I've got 15 parts there. Easier way to do it. So the answer is 6 out of 15. That's all there is to multiplying fractions of different denominators.